Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I am bringing you in my kitchen and you can actually see me. So this is gonna be like a premiere because I want to start making kombucha and I want to show you step by step how to do it because I really like this drink. And lots of you ask me how you do it, how did you start it. So okay, this is the day on which we're starting this, and I will try my best to explain everything, but also if you have more questions you can let them in the comment section, and I will either do another video, either reply you in the comments as well. Okay, Okay, so let's start with the beginning. What is kombucha? Kombucha is a fermented tea. It's a fermented drink, non-alcoholic, made out of simple ingredients: tea, sugar, and we're gonna need a mother. And I have here SCOBY or mother. And now we go more into detail. So what is this mother? What is this SCOBY? So it's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and they are good for our gut, for our digestion. But besides all these health benefits that this drink has, we just love the taste of it. It's like a replacement for soda. It is natural, carbonated, and it is fine. It is with fruits. It is flavored with different spices and herbs. So yeah, it is fun to make beside everything else. How to start? So you either buy a kit, you buy a mother, you buy a SCOBY, or there are friends that they are already making these, so you can get from them a SCOBY and some liquid, the mother, or start your own as I did. How you start? What do you need for this to make your own? I mean, I have here tea, black tea bags. You can use loose leaf if that's what you have available. The better the quality of the tea, better quality of your kombucha. You need 1 cup of sugar. You will need a jar. This one has 3.5 liters. And now either you buy your kit, either you get one SCOBY from a friend or a family member, or you buy from a store a bottle of kombucha. Ideally, buy one in a glass jar, buy one that is raw, unpasteurized, and unflavored. I broke all the rules, not because I was a rebel in this, but because I didn't have available here where I live in Romania a kombucha like this. So I ordered some kombucha online, and I pray that we'll have some yeasty bits on the bottom of the bottle, so I can use and start fermenting my own drink. Mine came like this in a plastic bottle. As I said, ideally it is to be in a glass bottle because this is a living drink. Those bacteria and yeast will continue to feed, so you don't want plastic in your drink. But I compromised. I got lucky to have on the bottom of this bottle some yeasty bits, some mother, and I managed to do my own kombucha. So today I'm gonna show you how to do it as well. So while we talk over here, I have my tea bags. I'm gonna put them in a bigger vessel. Hot water, not boiling water. Pour over. About 2 cups. You don't want too much hot water because this will take too long to cool down. So now we're gonna let this tea sit with the water, and we're gonna make a concentrate of this, and this way we are starting this kombucha. Now the tea steeped for a few minutes, as you can see, is really concentrated. I will take out the tea bags and I will squeeze a bit so we can have all the flavor in the remaining liquid. If you use loose leaves, just strain your tea. So remove these, careful, like so. And I will add here sugar. Because the tea is still warm, the sugar will dissolve faster. And we're gonna cool down the tea. One thing that you have to be really careful, you cannot add your liquid, your kombucha mother, your SCOBY into a hot tea, because the yeast will die and you done this for nothing. So it needs to be cooled down at room temperature. And to speed up this process, I'm gonna do this. So I will take my jar over here. I will pour water in. And another thing, try to use filtered water. So I put some cold water in there and pour also my tea. And make sure to make a mess. Shake your bought kombucha, so you make sure this way that you're gonna pour in your jar all the yeasty bits from the bottle. This is why I'm telling you to buy kombucha in glass bottles, that you can see actually the content and you will see the deposit of yeasty bits on the bottom of the bottle. And pour it in your jar. I'm gonna just pour my mother now. Make sure to label it. You can write what's in here when you started it, because otherwise we tend to forget, even if we say that we don't. And you want to cover the jar with a kitchen cloth thick enough to protect the liquid. We don't want dust or who knows what else, and definitely we do not fruit flies, because yeah, we need a safe drink to have. Put this jar in a nice warm place. You can cover it with another kitchen towel to protect it from direct sunlight. So make sure that it's not close to a window or anything like that. And the warmer the place where you keep it, the better, because will ferment faster. I keep my jar in a corner of my kitchen, because the kitchen is the warmest place in my place over here. So depending on the temperature in your house, if the warmer the better. If your house is between 24 and 26 Celsius, that means 75, 78 Fahrenheit, this will ferment in about 2 weeks the first time. when we are making it with the liquid from a bought kombucha, because you will notice something. So you will look for this on top of your liquid in the jar. You're gonna see forming a pellicle, and that means that our drink is alive, then the yeast and bacteria are doing their job, and we want that. I will show you how it's looking because I have one already here. So it's a cellulose mat. It's looking like this, and in the winter month it's gonna be thinner. In summer, when the temperature are higher, it's gonna get thicker and thicker. So you will end up eventually in your jar with something like this. First time you're gonna have it really thin, but you're gonna notice that the taste of your tea in the jar is gonna be sour. So also it's gonna smell a bit fruity, vinegary. You will notice that the color of the tea is changing. Right now it's pretty dark. In about 1 week and 2 weeks, this will be lighter in color. And sometimes you're gonna see bubbles rising to the top. It's gonna be a really fun experiment. So the first Another topic that I want to approach today, it is when it's ready, and I will separate this into parts. The first ever batch that you are making, so with a bottle kombucha or a bought kombucha or a SCOBY from a friend or a kit from that you're buying online, your kombucha is gonna ferment in about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the temperature in your house. If it's below 24 Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit, it's gonna take you about 3 weeks. From my first ever batch of kombucha, I couldn't go to the second fermentation. I tried, but the taste was too vinegary for my taste. So I threw away that and I start a new batch, new tea, new sweet tea, my new form SCOBY, and 2 cups of the fermented liquid, and I let that ferment between 7 and 10 days, depending again on the temperature of your house. You're gonna have to taste it after 6 days of fermentation, and if your kombucha tastes between sweet and vinegary, but not too sweet and not too vinegary, then it's ready for the next fermentation. When you're gonna add your fruits and juices and spices or flowers. And that's the fun part, because in that stage you're gonna have carbonation in your bottle. You can drink this, as I said, as it is, but that's with carbonation and with flavors. I will tell you another thing why I started making my own kombucha, because of the price. Bought kombucha is pretty expensive, can be really pricey, especially if you want a quality one. In USA, Canada, and other countries, you're lucky. You can find these actually in the stores, lots of brands, lots of choices. Not for me here. We don't have any in store. So if I want to buy kombucha, I have to order it online, and the choices are not that wide, so flavoring wise. Well, because it's healthier, you can control what ingredients go in your kombucha, in your drink, and beside everything else, it is fun. If you buy kombucha from the store, there are so many brands over there, and even if on the bottle says that it is raw, unprocessed, nothing else added in the drink, I don't know, to prolong, to make the life shelf of that drink longer, they might add something. This way, making it at home, you can control everything, and you will have your flavors. You can play with different fruits and spices and herbs, and you can make your favorite one, your one that you really like. For the health benefits as well, and you do your research on that, and yummy taste as always, and you will have, as I said earlier, control on what you're using in your kombucha, what type of tea, what type of flavorings, and you will know that it is raw and unpasteurized. So this is pretty much all about this today. How to start your own. So after 2 weeks, you will see the SCOBY forming. You will see and notice the changing in the color and the taste of your liquid, your tea, and you will go to the second stage of this. You can actually drink that tea as it is if you prefer it unflavored and without much bubbles in it, because as you see, we don't cover this, we don't seal it, so any carbonation that is forming in my jar right now is gonna be released, and I'm not gonna have any fizziness in my drink. But some people love it just like that. If you like to experiment with fruits, spices, and herbs, you're gonna go to the second stage. So you're gonna add fruits, and we're gonna do a total separate video about that as well, with all the details and everything. When you're gonna have already your SCOBY, so when you're gonna have this cellulose mat and the liquid itself, what you're gonna do? Exactly the same as I did. You're gonna make the tea again with sugar. You're gonna add water in your jar. You're gonna add 2 cups of the liquid that you formed, and also you're gonna add this cellulose mat. This is gonna get thicker and thicker each time you brew one jar of kombucha. This is gonna make another layer. So if it's getting that thick, you can separate it and use a thinner part. You don't want to end up with a huge cellulose mat in your drink. You actually want the liquid. And also, as I said, you're gonna add 2 cups of your original tea that you already have fermented in your jar. Keep the jar clean every time, keep it covered. If you want to take a break and you don't want to brew anymore kombucha for a while, you can transform one jar in a kombucha hotel. So you will store all your cellulose mat with some tea in it. They need to be covered in liquid. If not, they will dry up, and most likely you will end up with mold and unwanted bacteria over there. Another topic that I want to approach is what to do with the SCOBY after you will end up with so many, because as I said, each time you brew another batch of kombucha, you will end up with a cellulose mat. People use it for different things. You can make face mask, you can compost it, of course you can give it to friends and family to start their own. I heard people that are drying them up or freeze them up. Lots of fun things. I think even painting on them if you dry them, I heard. I'm not sure, I didn't research that. So I guess this is pretty much it.
As I said, if you have questions, post them down below. I will try to answer you. If I know, I will try to answer you as well over there, or I will do another video if it's the case. And we're gonna go in the second fermentation part. It's like having a rainbow over there, so you're gonna drink a rainbow almost with this. And yeah, have fun and don't take things too serious. Find reasons to smile, and I'll see you next time with another recipe. Bye bye.